Okay, in the next slide, we will be learning about the basic atomic structure and the various types of bonds that takes place between the atoms. If we look at this next slide, what we cover in this subsequent slides, it will be what are the various types of subatomic particles, what is the atomic number, what is atomic mass unit number and its calculation, what are the various electron arrangements that are there, and types of bonding, that is ionic. There are two types of bonding is there. One is ionic bond and the other one is the covalent bond is there. Okay, here in this diagram you can see on the right hand side, this is the two-dimensional animation of the basic atomic structure. In the center you can see this is the nucleus in which there are neutrons and protons are there. Okay, and on the outer in the circles, in the affinity of this nucleus, the electrons that are negatively charged, they revolve around it. Okay, so if we look at the subatomic particles, there are three types of particles that are there inside any atom. So this is the basic structure of an atom. Okay, so in the center, this circular part, this is the nucleus of the atom. In the nucleus, there are protons and neutrons that exist. Protons are positively charged. Neutrons, they don't have any charge. And in its outer say radius, or in the affinity of this nucleus, the electrons which are negatively charged, they revolve around circles. So we can say that this atomic particle or atom, the structure of an atom, it resembles our solar system, where the sun is the center or the nucleus, and the planets that we can replicate them as electrons, they revolve around the sun. So this is the basic structure of an atom with the three subatomic particles, that is protons, neutrons and electrons. We will study about these types in subsequent slides. So protons, you can see the blue ones, these are protons, these are positively charged particles, and the red ones, they are neutrons. These both combine together to form the nucleus of the atom. Now these protons, they are located in the nucleus of the atom. These are positive in charge. Okay, the number of protons in a nucleus, it is also called the charge of the nucleus, or it is called the charge number. Number of protons is equal to the atomic number of the atom. So it has mass of 1 AMU, or atomic mass unit, and the mass of the proton is equal to 1.672 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kilograms. Okay, that is the mass of one proton. So these are positively charged, and these are located in the nucleus of the atom. Next comes is your neutrons. Neutrons, again, these are neutral charged. They have no charge, neither positive nor negative. Again, these coexist inside the nucleus with the protons. Okay, they have no electrical charge. These are 1.008 times heavier than protons. So hence the mass of the neutron becomes equal to 1.675 into 10 raised to the power minus 27 kilogram. Number of neutrons usually is equal to number of protons. Okay, so these are neutrons. Third type of particle is your electrons. So these are located outside the nucleus of the atom, and they are housed in an electrical cloud shell that orbits around the nucleus. They have negative charge, and the mass of an electron is around 9.1 into 10 raised to the power minus 31 kilograms, and they move around the nucleus in a fixed orbit. So these are the three subatomic particles. Now this electron arrangement, जो बाहर electrons रहते हैं outside the nucleus, so electrons orbit the nucleus in energy levels. Okay, so the first level or the cloud contains up to 2 electrons. So ये जो first है first level that is nearest to the nucleus, it has only 2 electrons. Okay. The second level it has 8 electrons. Right? Third level जो है it will have 18 electrons. Fourth level will have 32, fifth will have 50, and sixth, that is the max, it will have 72 electrons. It can have 72 electrons. Okay. The electrons in the outermost shell, if it is not completely full, are available for bonding. Okay. So अगर जैसे if you go for this sodium atom, so innermost shell it has 2 electrons, so it is full. Second layer it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it has 8 electrons, so it is also okay. It is full. No valence electron is there. In the outermost shell, third shell, you will see there is only 1 electron. Okay. So this means this 1 electron is free to say combine with some other metal or atom, say chlorine here. In chlorine, what is there in the outermost shell? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. Okay. So this means this Na and Cl, they can share 1 electron to complete the bonding. Okay. And it will form NaCl, sodium chloride. Okay. These electrons are called valence electrons. जो बाहर जो electrons हैं, if they are not full, these are called valence electrons. Bonding is the chemical combination of 2 or more atoms. So these valence electrons, they can combine with the valence electrons of the other atom to form bonds. Okay. So this is a basic periodic table in which you can see these elements from left to right. If I move the atomic number, it increases, where helium will have atomic number 1, okay, and its atomic mass will be 1.008. So it can be rounded off to 1. Okay. Similarly, helium will have atomic mass 2. It has a atomic number 2. Atomic mass will be 4.003. Similarly, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine is there, neon is there, and this is your periodic table. You all must be familiar with this periodic table. Okay, and these colors, they signify different types of materials. So if we go for red, these are alkaline materials like these lithium, and your sodium is there, potassium is there. Then alkaline earth materials are these little orange ones. These are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, rhodium is there. Then transition metals, these are yellow transition metals. Basic metals are these light green ones. Dark green ones are metalloids, non-metals, halogens, noble gases. So these are the categories of different elements depending upon the color. And how to read this periodic table is there. So if I look into this, what is the atomic number? The number used to arrange the metal or the material or the element in the periodic table, that is the atomic number. Okay. It increases from left to right. It is same as the number of protons or electrons in the neutral atom. So jitna neutral atom ke andar number of protons or electrons honge, that will be the atomic number of that. So for example, neon has say number of protons equal to 10. So then it will have a periodic table, say it will have a atomic number of 10, and 10 is the place where it will be placed in the periodic table. Okay. Now how to read this periodic table? On top, this 6 is your atomic number. C is the element symbol for carbon. Here it is written the carbon is there, and at the bottom 12.011, it is the atomic mass. Okay. So you can round off this to get the mass number or the atomic weight of the element. Okay. So this atomic mass number, it is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Okay. So jitne number of protons hai plus number of neutrons will give you the atomic mass number or the atomic weight of the element. Next is bonding. The process where two or more atoms combine chemically is called bonding. Two types of bonding is there: ionic bonding and covalent bonding is there. Now, first is your what is ionic bonding? So, in this case, electrons are either gained or lost by an atom. Okay, one atom is positive and the other will be negative. Occurs between metals and non-metals. Metals usually they lose electrons and non-metals they gain electrons. The bond is very strong, usually solid with high melting temperature. Now example, in the bottom we can see the formation of where the combination of sodium and chloride takes place. So there is one valence electron in the sodium atom, this red one, okay, and there is one say there is one valency or there is one empty space in the chlorine. So what happens is this sodium atom, it loses its valence electron and it gives this electron to the chlorine, and the sodium becomes positively charged, chlorine becomes negatively charged, and sodium chloride forms, that is your table salt, and it is a solid. Okay. So one solid where sodium is solid in nature, chlorine is a non-metal. Okay, so sodium and chloride they mix together to form a third solid particle, that is common salt, NaCl is formed. So this type of bonding where one metal it loses its valence electron and non-metal gains that electron, this type of bonding is called the ionic bonding. So common ionic bonds किस किस में है? Sodium chloride is there, copper sulfate is there, it kills algae, and then is your baking soda, NaHCO3. So these are all the examples of common ionic bonds. Next type of bond is your covalent bond. So in this case, what happens is these electrons they are shared by two atoms. Like in say carbon monoxide, carbon and monoxide they share one electron each. So neither atom has an electric charge. तो इसमें carbon और oxygen इनमें कोई भी electric charge नहीं रहता है. As in ionic bond, sodium becomes positive and chlorine becomes negatively charged. So it forms sodium chloride. But in covalent bonds, no electrical charge is there. So forces between atoms are weak and have low boiling or melting point. So covalent bond के अंदर the melting or boiling point of the newly formed bond is low. Usually these are liquids and gases. If it is solid, it will be in the form of crystals. Okay. So there are two examples. One is for methane, where carbon and hydrogen, what they are doing is they are sharing one electron. So 1C and 4H, they combine together to form CH4. Similarly, water, one oxygen and two hydrogen and atoms they combine together, and what they do is they share one electron each. Okay. So hydrogen has one electron, and one of the electrons of the oxygen it is shared, and so to make this combination stable, oxygen needs two hydrogen atoms, okay, to form H2O. So in this form where the sharing of electron takes place, the type of bond that is formed is called the covalent bond. So this is an example of a covalent bond. So common covalent bonds कौन-कौन से हैं? Water is there, methane is there, propane is there. Okay, so these are examples of common covalent bonds that takes place between the various atoms. So that is all for this topic.